straight up on a mission. I'm gonna praise him tonight.
So here's the grand finale. Tonight has finally been mixed to the point that I have everything I believe in it that needs to be there, you know, music wise. I spent time going through vocals, which takes a lot of time. That's a lot of editing and mixing techniques and tips you can learn from YouTube, going on to find out how to make a vocal as stable as possible. There's plenty of tutorials on that, so I don't need to get into it. But I do need to touch on plugins. I don't just use the stock Cakewalk Sonar X3 plugins. I use Waves plugins, and you can do a search on Waves and find out what they have and how that might be able to add to your song to make it better. So I went inside and I may use, you know, a compressor. I may use a special EQ they have. I may use the one knob series. I may use a center plugin, which actually grounds your bass line or grounds your kick drum dead to the center of the track, and you can manipulate it, the movement of it. I also mess with vocal rider, which allows the vocal to ride the music. And I can't say I'm an expert in it, just like everyone else. You know, practice makes perfect. So I finally got to a sample of the final mix, which finally came to pass May 3rd of 2015. So we've been in this song intermittently, not like it's every day for me. So we've been in this song since October of 14 all the way to May of 2015, hearing it in different stages as it grows. And it's almost just like writing a book. You start off writing, then you got to edit, then you got to finalize. So this is a sample of what the final sounded like before mastering, because mastering is a different thing. And just like many people advise, you as the recording artist, you as the mixing engineer, don't do your own mastering. So I vowed out to not do my own mastering. I pass it on to my man DJ Essence at Lamp Mode Recordings, and he takes care of my mastering. So that gives me opportunity to just focus on the song, getting it to the best that I can do, and allow him to try to manipulate and sculpture the sound to be final for the radio, for the internet, for whatever. All right, here we go. Yeah. Come on. Real melodic. Yeah. See, I don't wanna be a superstar. So everything is better defined. It's distinct. There is pans going on that pan certain sounds in the sound spectrum at different locations. And I will say this, I went back and listened to some 80s music. And the reason I did is because I was going through a mixing book that gives you tips about mixing. And they were bragging on or really embellishing some of the songs that was from the 80s that had great mixes. So I went back and listened to them. I'm not calling them out, so you'll be like, man, what was he listening to? But it was old rock bands, and listening to their pans, listening to where they place the live guitar, listening to where they have the toms, where is the cymbal crashes, where is the hi-hat, and seeing how an engineer back in those days used the space of the sound spectrum to place strategically their sounds, and then tried to emulate it with what I was doing. And that's how the final version of tonight came together. So I thank you for listening to me, actually viewing this video, and actually being introduced to the making of tonight. So make sure you get a chance to listen to it. You know, let that be a song that inspires you to be connected to God, to be able to worship Him, and to be able to live your life before Him. And please make sure that if you're going to do anything, you praise Him, you worship Him, you know, your life is consecrated to Him, because there's nothing else better in life than being connected to God. It's your man B.E.R.I.D.O.X. I'll see you later on another video one day, because we're going to have a good time spending time together. So, peace out. See you later.
Straight up on a mission, I'm gonna raise them tonight, tonight, tonight.